How violent are you? That's the question that I want to ask you today, my friend. How aggressive are you? The Word of God tells us in Matthew chapter 11, verse 12, it says, "From the days of John the Baptist until now, the kingdom of heaven is forcefully advancing and violent men are attacking it." It says the kingdom of heaven is forcefully advancing, but we're being attacked. We have to be aggressive. My friend, if God has a plan for you, God has a destiny for you, God has a plan that He wants you to walk out, if you're going to have that plan operate in your life, you're going to have to get violent. You're going to have to get aggressive. You cannot be passive. Whatever it is in your life, if you're desiring healing in your body, if you're desiring your marriage to flourish, if you're desiring your finances to flourish, you have got to get violent. You have got to get aggressive. Many years ago, when we pastored a church, the Lord spoke to me and He said, "You must be aggressive. You must be pursuing after my will, and you must have a violent attitude towards the things of God." Because if you're going to get what God has for you, my friend, you cannot just be passive and stand by and allow the devil to do what he wants to do in your life, because that's what he will do if you're not aggressive. Think about the woman with the issue of blood. For 12 years, this lady suffered with this disease. But she said one day, she heard about Jesus. She said, "If I could but touch the hem of His garment, I shall be made whole." She didn't sit on her couch and wait for Jesus to come by. No, she did something about it. She got aggressive. She got violent. She got up, because at that time she was not supposed to be in public. She could have possibly been stoned to death. But this woman said, "I want my healing." She was violent. She was aggressive. She went out and she went after it. And when she touched Jesus' hem of His garment, He said, "Who touched me?" His disciples asked Him, "Master, what do you mean, who touched you? There are thousands of people around here. Many people could have touched you." He said, "No, but somebody touched me. They really touched me." And it was that woman. Why? Because she was aggressive, because she wanted her healing and she would not be stopped. I want to ask you the question: how bad do you want what God has for you? That dream that you've talked about. I'm talking about your God-given dream, not your dream. I'm talking about the dream that God placed in your heart. I'm talking about that ministry. I'm talking about that business. I'm talking about the things that He's placed on the inside of you that you know that you must have, but it don't seem to be happening for you. Well, I'm going to tell you, my friend, if it's going to happen, you got to get violent. You've got to get aggressive. The kingdom of heaven is advancing. We're advancing, and violent men are attacking us. And we've got to get violent. We've got to get aggressive. We've got to be the aggressor. We cannot stand back and just let the devil have his way in our lives, in our marriages, in our finances, with our kids, with our ministry, with our healing. No, we have got to get aggressive. I think about the leper. He came to Jesus and he asked Jesus a question. He said, "I know you can heal me of this leprosy, but I don't know if you will." Well, this man was aggressive, because if you know anything about leprosy, I believe that he was living in a leper colony. But he said, "I am not going to live my life this way. I refuse to continue to live like this." And that man left that colony. He found Jesus. I just don't believe that he accidentally ran across Jesus. He found Jesus and he said, "You can if you will." And Jesus said, "I will." The man was healed of his leprosy, but it took him being aggressive, it took him being violent, and it took him wanting what God had for him more than anything else. I'm asking you, my friend, how bad do you want what God has for you, and what price are you willing to pay?